In the headlines of VTV News, state leader attends Bắc Giang celebration of President Ho Chi Minh's visit. Small and medium-sized enterprises supported to accelerate innovation and digitalization. And later on in our world news, a UNSC emergency meeting on Middle East crisis ends with no immediate action.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello there from Hanoi. You're with me, Lina Pham, and here's the top news of the hour. State President Võ Văn Thưởng attended a ceremony in Bắc Giang province on Sunday to mark the 60th anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh's presiding at the First Party Congress of Hà Bắc province, now Bắc Giang and Bắc Ninh provinces.
At the event, the Vietnamese state leader expressed his delight at the development of Bắc Giang, saying that its achievements over the past 60 years are due to the continuous efforts of the local party committee and community implementing the teachings of President Ho Chi Minh when he visited Bắc Giang. The province needs to focus on strongly transforming the economic structure to renew the growth model by applying science, technology, and innovation, increasing labor productivity, and paying more attention to investing in agricultural development, farmers, and rural areas.
With a large forest area and orchards, the province must attach great importance to environmental protection, resource management, and climate change response. Provincial authorities must acknowledge that the environment is vital for the province's sustainable development. We can't risk everything for economic development, so any projects that threaten the environment must be scrapped. Every action and good deed we do today in protecting the environment and managing natural resources is a treasure to ensure future generations have better lives.
The state president also asked the province to relieve bottlenecks, increase competitiveness, and maintain a favorable business and investment environment to attract more investors. Earlier the same day, State President Võ Văn Thưởng attended the groundbreaking ceremony for upgrading the national relic site of Stand B of Bắc Giang Stadium, where President Ho Chi Minh talked to local officials and people on October 17, 1963. He also offered incense at the Xuân Giang Victory Special National Relic Site.
Role models in patriotic emulation movements and the outstanding citizens of Hanoi in 2023 were honored at a conference held on Monday, attended by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính. The event was for the recipients granted Outstanding Citizen of the Capital titles since 2010 and 800 role models this year.
In his remarks, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said that over the last 75 years, since President Ho Chi Minh issued an appeal for patriotic emulation, under the party's leadership and with the engagement of the entire political system and people from all social strata, patriotic emulation has developed into a widespread movement and produced enormous results, serving as an important impulse for the Vietnamese Revolution to reap continuous successes. Praising Hanoi's attainments in patriotic emulation and congratulating the exemplars honored at the conference, the government leader asked Hanoi to strongly bring into play its tradition of taking the lead in emulation movements as an example for other localities to follow. He requested the capital city keep promoting patriotic emulation movements to inspire each cadre, party member, and the people's will, pride, and sense of responsibility towards local and national development.
What should Hanoi's emulation movement and good person, good deeds look like? First, they must be practical, effective, and not like showing off. Second, they must contribute to unlocking all available resources to develop the capital quickly, comprehensively, and sustainably. Third, emulation is to constantly improve the spiritual and material life of the capital's people and not leave anyone behind. We wish to develop Hanoi people's traits, which are proud, elegant, and affectionate, to represent Vietnamese people's image and dignity. This is an honor, but the responsibility to fulfill, to be worthy of this title, is extremely heavy. I firmly believe that the Party Committee, People's Committee, and the Hanoi citizens will be able to do this, contributing to enhancing the position and prestige of our country in the international arena.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh suggested that Hanoi authorities strive to complete the construction of the amended capital law and finalize the Hanoi Capital Planning Project. Furthermore, the city should accelerate the implementation of infrastructure projects and public investment disbursement schedules, especially for key projects.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and President of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Do Văn Chiến co-chaired a conference to summarize and sign a joint resolution on coordination between the government and the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front. On behalf of the government, the Prime Minister welcomed the close coordination of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee with the government over the past 15 years to strive for a strong, democratic, fair, and civilized nation. He proposed that the two sides coordinate closely to utilize the strength of great national unity and coordinate research and improvement of institutions, mechanisms, policies, and laws. He also asked the Fatherland Front and socio-political organizations to continue to promote their core role, gather people's opinions, and mobilize people to effectively carry out the tasks of socio-economic development, party building, and country protection. During his Mekong Delta visit, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ worked with the Standing Committee of the Sóc Trăng Provincial Party Committee on Monday.
At the working session, the top legislator congratulated Sóc Trăng on announcing the provincial master plan for 2021 to 2030 period with a vision for 2050, expressing his impression on the remarkable changes and development of the locality. However, he underlined that with small-scale economic activities and many challenges ahead, Sóc Trăng must maintain bold development aspirations and strong political determination to take prompt and decisive actions.
Congratulations on the provincial master plan for the new period. Sóc Trăng is the country's second locality to develop a master plan. The implementation must be swift. The province must not lag behind since it has such a great head start.
The National Assembly chair also underlined the need for the locality to speed up on-site industrialization and urbanization based on local and regional capabilities, suggesting Sóc Trăng focus on ensuring connectivity between dynamic urban areas, industrial and service clusters, and logistical centers. He also urged the local authorities to call for greater investment in developing the Trần Đề Deepwater Port as the gateway port of the Mekong Delta region.
National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ visited the Solidarity Association of Patriotic Buddhist Monks in Sóc Trăng Province on the occasion of Sen Dolta, the largest traditional festival of the Khmer people. The National Assembly Chairman sincerely expressed his wish to celebrate a warm and joyful Sen Dolta festival with the monks, dignitaries, officers, soldiers, and Khmer ethnic people in the province. He affirmed that the party and state recently issued many guidelines and policies for socio-economic development related to ethnic groups. At the next sixth session, the National Assembly will supervise the implementation of the National Assembly's resolutions on national target programs, including the program on socio-economic development in ethnic and mountainous areas. The chairman of the National Assembly requested voters who are dignitaries, monks, officers, soldiers, and Khmer people to pay attention and contribute their opinions to the activities of the National Assembly. The Vietnam-Laos Friendship Association, or VLFA, held the 5th Congress for the 2023 to 2028 term in Hanoi on October the 9th, attended by 150 delegates. Standing Vice Chair of the National Assembly, Trần Thanh Mẫn, spoke highly of the association's practical activities. He affirmed that those activities have contributed to cultivating the traditional friendship between the two countries. He suggested that during the new term, the association continue to promote further communications and education about the special relationship between Vietnam and Laos, especially for the younger generations. On the occasion, organizations and individuals of the associations were commended for their contribution to enhancing bilateral relations. Coming up next, Vietnam to promote conductor industry. And diverse transportation modes help boost Vietnam-China trade. Enhancing cooperation between Vietnam and the United States has allowed Vietnam to participate in the global semiconductor value chain. Therefore, the country is promoting solutions to seize this opportunity. This was affirmed at the press conference held by the Ministry of Science and Technology on Monday. The Ministry of Science and Technology said it has implemented several measures to lure investment in research labs at universities and research institutes in order to attract and train human resources. It will also attract and encourage Vietnamese scientists working abroad to cooperate with domestic scientists and grasp core semiconductor technology. In addition, the ministry will propose priority national scientific research programs and tasks related to semiconductor chips, build policy mechanisms, and develop infrastructure and equipment for testing and assessing semiconductors in Vietnam. Vietnam has leapt 2 places in the Global Innovation Index in 2023, according to the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO. Not only large businesses, small and medium businesses are also launching innovative products and devising solutions to create a business ecosystem for mutual development. That goal will have even more potential with the outstanding contributions of young businesses.
These engineers are simulating the structure of a patient's injured skull using 3D printing technology to support doctors during consultations or surgeries. Instead of taking a week to order 3D printing models abroad like before, Vietnamese engineers only need to spend 20 hours to produce the models. This outcome will help increase the probability of patient survival. Apart from major applications in the medical field, this groundbreaking technology also plays a key role in the manufacturing and construction industries.
This technology can bring benefits to many people. Vietnam has the potential and advantages to produce cutting-edge technologies like developed countries, but at cheaper costs because Vietnamese businesses possess a creative labor force and gain support from many resources.
More than 800 businesses are supported by the Vietnam National Innovation Center, NIC, through training programs and networking opportunities with partners. These are practical supports for young businesses in their early stages.
Startups in the early stages face many difficulties regarding capital, location costs, market access, and technological capacity. With the NIC's ecosystem, resources, and partners, we will help startups handle those problems.
In the coming time, the Ministry of Science and Technology will coordinate with other ministries and departments to improve the technology absorption ability of businesses and promote technological innovation. As such, each business, each sector and economy can boost labor productivity.
Vietnam is considered one of the countries with the most dynamic and vibrant startup environments in Asia, with about 3,800 active startups. A comprehensive startup and innovation ecosystem will help Vietnamese tech-based entrepreneurs make great strides in the future.
Now, with a trade turnover of 120 billion US dollars, China is Vietnam's first trade partner to reach a turnover exceeding 100 billion US dollars in 2023 and remains Vietnam's largest trading partner. This result is due to the efforts made by the two countries in connecting logistics infrastructure and diversifying transportation modes to meet the neighboring countries' maximum potential and import-export needs.
This business is preparing export orders to China for the 2024 Lunar New Year holidays. 100% of the products are shipped directly by sea to China's inland ports.
China has many large and small seaports. So, Vietnamese import-export businesses can benefit, face fewer risks, and cut down on costs when their goods are transported to China by sea. Vietnamese businesses can easily handle customs clearance issues and customs procedures.
In addition to maritime transportation, air transportation is also increasingly favored by Vietnamese and Chinese export enterprises thanks to its short delivery time, synchronous cold storage and warehouse systems. This business occasionally receives 70 tons of goods in a day.
Vietnam's air transport infrastructure is relatively complete. Hanoi Airport's 3 terminals operate 24/7. Therefore, the amount of air cargo passing through the checkpoints daily is enormous.
Developing the international railway system between Vietnam and China also plays a key role in facilitating bilateral trade and reducing the load on road shipments.
Currently, Vietnam and China are building high-speed railways and specialized chains to promote efficient customs clearance. Thanks to self-powered refrigerated container trains, more Vietnamese agricultural and seafood products are shipped directly to China.
To date, we've had 128 products and 48 types of live seafood eligible to be exported to China. Vietnamese goods are not only distributed in the southern market areas and border gate areas but are also consumed in China's inland regions.
After 9 months, Vietnam and China's two-way trade has officially exceeded the 120 billion US dollars mark. Amid the brisk development of cross-border e-commerce, enterprises believe diverse transportation modes can provide effective cross-border logistics services that streamline e-commerce product shipment between China and Vietnam.
In order to stimulate consumer demand, large supermarket systems are implementing a range of promotions and attractive discounts. This approach also helps to expedite the consumption of goods in preparation for the year-end business season.
This is the first time that the Seafood Festival is being held simultaneously at Go, Big C, and Top's Market supermarket systems across the country. The festival showcases a wide variety of famous seafood from different regions. In addition to offering discounts of up to 40%, many items are being sold at attractive prices until October 20th.
During Tet, we are going to promote different group of family with very attractive price.
The current purchasing power has improved, but it is still slow. Therefore, promoting the organization of group and chain promotions will help businesses share costs and provide greater benefits to consumers.
Consumers are spending less these days due to budget tightening, so I only purchase essential items. Buying these essential items also helps me save up to 10%.
We aim to stimulate consumer demand. We appreciate the efforts of businesses that actively negotiate with suppliers to obtain competitive prices and offer experience programs for consumers. These are effective solutions to encourage consumer demand.
Promotional programs are regularly organized to stimulate demand in the domestic consumer market, promote production and business activities, and contribute to economic recovery and development.
The tax industry has promoted online tax management transactions to ensure tax collection and avoid tax losses. There have been 350 e-commerce trading platforms providing information, with more than 191,000 organizations and individuals transacting $1.8 billion on the tax authority managed platforms. On December the 15th, the General Department of Taxation will announce the official operation of its information portal, connecting data with e-commerce platforms to increase transparency and provide more convenience for taxpayers. Autumn is considered the prime season for tourism in the Northwest. During this time, the region showcases numerous terraced fields that transform from a vibrant green to a dazzling golden Phie. To enhance and promote this distinctive tourism offering, the 8 provinces in the Northwest have joined forces to create enticing programs aimed at attracting visitors.
When traveling to the Northwest in autumn, visitors can easily observe the beauty of a golden valley with ripened rice along the stream leading to the mountains.
Many of my friends love visiting Sapa during the golden season. We have similar experiences of watching locals harvest rice, admiring the terraced fields, and learning about the cultural aspects of Hmong and Tây people.
The terraced fields in certain northwestern regions are a remarkable testament to the ingenuity of ethnic communities. These fields have been acknowledged as national heritage sites. Currently, northwestern localities are enhancing cooperation to maximize the potential of the ripe rice season.
This collaboration is truly meaningful. In the past, the 8 provinces in the Northwest also had some form of cooperation, but now they are focusing on building a common product and unifying efforts to promote tourist destinations with valuable cultural and historical resources.
2 new Northwest tourism products will be introduced to tourists: Journey to the Terraced Heritage, Dream along the river into the realm of memories. Additionally, a series of captivating festivals and events will be held to attract an increasing number of visitors during the golden season.
Coming up next in our world news, UN Security Council emergency meeting on Middle East crisis ends with no immediate action. And Nobel Economics Prize 2023 awarded to American economist for her research on women's role in the workforce. Amid the spiraling Israel-Hamas conflict, the international community is promoting diplomatic measures to reduce the intensity of the ongoing Middle Eastern crisis. However, the countries that play an important role in the Middle East peace process have not seen eye to eye in this issue.
The emergency meeting held by the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, ended in a deadlock without issuing a joint statement or a binding resolution on the Gaza Strip.
The condemnation of Hamas needs to continue until they end this violent terrorist activity against the Israeli people.
Russia and China believe that instead of criticizing each other, the UNSC needs to resolve the cause of the conflict firmly, which has been stalled for a long time.
The urgent issue is not only to stop the fighting and find solutions to the problems that innocent people are suffering now, but also to pay attention to why the Palestinian issue has not been resolved for many decades. There have been direct, clear, unequivocal UNSC resolutions and agreements between Israel and Palestine, including the Madrid and the Oslo Agreement and, of course, the Arab Peace Initiative.
Really important is to prevent the further escalation of the situation and further casualties of civilians, and also what's also important is really to come back to the two-state solution and the peace process.
The United Arab Emirates, which normalized relations with Israel as part of a landmark 2020 agreement, said it expected more UNSC meetings on the Gaza crisis.
I would say the UAE is using its relationships with all sides to try and call for calm and de-escalation. Our president, as you will see on our website today, has had numerous calls with world leaders, regional leaders, including the Israelis, to call for calm and de-escalation.
In addition to the United Arab Emirates, Turkey and Egypt are using all their abilities to calm the situation and seek a ceasefire.
The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences on Monday announced that the 2023 Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences was awarded to American economist Claudia Goldin for her research on women's role in the workforce. This is the final prize of this year's Nobel season. Goldin is a professor at Harvard University. Her research is considered to have improved the world's understanding of women's earnings and participation in the labor market. She will receive a bonus worth about $986,000 for her achievement. The Nobel Economics Prize is not part of the 5 Nobel Prize system designated in the will of Alfred Nobel. Sweden's central bank founded and sponsored this award in 1968 to celebrate the bank's 300th anniversary and commemorate the Swedish scientist. The Cambodian Ministry of Health has confirmed the second death from avian influenza H5N1 in the country this year. The victim, a 50-year-old man from Svay Rieng's province, tested positive for the H5N1 virus on October the 7th. This person was discovered infected about 2 days ago. More than 50 chickens died in the village where this man lived. The patient and the villagers shared these dead chickens for food. Currently, the Cambodian Ministry of Health is tracing the source of infection, checking suspected cases and people in contact with the victim to prevent the virus from spreading in the community. In the past 20 years, Cambodia has recorded 58 human infections of H5N1, including 39 deaths. Researchers at Northwestern University in the United States have developed the first AI tool that can intelligently design robots from scratch. The research published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences marks the first time AI has created completely new robot designs unconstrained by the past attempts of humans. The researchers made basic suggestions for the system, such as creating a robot that can walk on flat surfaces. The AI algorithm automatically generated a detailed design of a functional walking robot in seconds. AI designed a 3D printed mold to be filled with liquid silicon rubber. Various applications for these AI-designed robots will be useful in fields ranging from search and rescue to medical nanotechnology. And coming up next is the weather forecast. And that's it for this edition of VTV News. Thank you very much for watching. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or tune in our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go. See you again at 3 p.m. local time. Goodbye for now.